Do you know what I mean?
Am I going to win the lottery after drinking this? Like, what the fuck?
I actually cannot bear DIY. I have one more trip. Oh, that is a big beefy applicator. I love that. Oh, good morning, everybody. Have I still got... I've still had a bit of mascara on my face. I feel like Fridays have become my new day to vlog. I don't know what it is about a Friday, but at the beginning of the week, I think especially since I moved into the house, I start the week feeling so overwhelmed and flustered because there's still so much to do until certain spaces are functioning. So then by the time Friday comes, like, I've just chilled out a little bit more and I feel like able to get the camera out. I do definitely feel better this week than I did last week. And last week was the best I'd felt for a while, so that's good. We had one of my friend's 30th birthdays last night, which was, do you know what? I love a Thursday plan. It's such a nice way to like, oh God, I got the dog's food out quite late last night. It's such a nice way to drag out the weekend, I find. I don't know if like any of you guys find this or can relate, but I find, and it's probably because I've had the luxury of both, but I find that outside of London, making plans, be it spontaneously or like in the week, is quite rare / difficult to do. I feel like outside of the city, people's mentality. Yeah, I feel like people's mentality outside of city life is that your weeks are for you going to work and you come home and you have an early night, and then the weekends, like, you perhaps have plans or whatever, and people book stuff really far in advance. But I think because I work so much in London and, you know, like, most of my close friends either live in London or here, I really notice the difference of the lifestyles, I think. And I struggle with it a little bit because I, especially like not having children and being like, you know, such a foodie, or I love the cinema, like I do like doing things. I do obviously also love just being in my home, but I basically feel like outside of the city, making plans is very different, and it has to be a lot more sort of thought through, controlled, whereas I am quite used to sort of, are you free? Should we pop here? Or do you want to go out for dinner tonight? Or do you fancy going to the cinema tomorrow? Or I don't know. I might have it totally wrong, but I feel like that's the difference, being in a city as opposed to being, well, I say city, Newport is a city, isn't it? You know what I mean? Like London life, I guess. And there's probably loads of things that contribute to that, like obviously the wages are higher in London. Yeah, I've had a really good week. I was in London on Wednesday filming for that job that I said was working with my dream brand. I know it's so frustrating, but I'm just not allowed to say anything until it goes live, and I don't even know when that is. Can't imagine it'll be too long, so I definitely will share with you as soon as I can. But it was like a conversational series, so there's going to be 3 pieces of content produced from the conversation that I had with 2 other people, and the conversation was around, actually, can I even say that? The conversation was around like AI. It's so fascinating, like my knowledge and understanding was so little, and it's definitely something that I think I've been quite scared of, but ultimately it isn't going anywhere, it's only getting bigger, and if we don't learn to use it in the right way, that's when we'll have a problem. But if we all learn to try and understand it and use it to the best of our ability, then it can end up benefiting us in so many ways. That's kind of like the general consensus of the chat. So of course I will share as soon as it all goes live and stuff. And I actually got the train for the first time. So I know I've mentioned it before, but one of the reasons why I picked this place to move to was because my accessibility to London needed to be improved. The boys have these treats, like this Nutri-Paw stuff. I don't really rate it, but let me know if you guys think, if any of you guys have used them and what you think about them. But yeah, I don't really rate them. Yeah, so I had my first trip using the train, and my God, what a difference. From Newport to Paddington is an hour 35, whereas the train from Whirl, which is what I used to get, was, if I got the fast train, 2 hours, but if it was the standard train, which was obviously running more so than the fast train, was 2 hours and like 36 minutes. And by the time you get delayed every single time, because that's just Great Western Rail, you definitely end up it feeling like 3 hours. Do you know what I mean? I don't know, it felt really different and I enjoyed it, and I'm happy about that. I finally got my clothes rail. DB bought it back from his because I lent it to him, and he didn't end up using it, so he's bought it back for me. I'm still deciding where these wardrobes are going to go, because the comments on last week's vlog were actually quite split down the middle of where to put the wardrobes. I am going to have a nice shower today and wash my hair ready for the weekend, because I feel like my hair's been really greasy this week actually. So I have got one clothes rail just for now to get some of my hanging stuff hung back up. It's definitely not enough, but it's going to be better than what I've got at the moment, which is piles of things on hangers that just don't have anywhere to go. So I'm going to get that sorted. I'm going to take the boys for a nice walk. I just fed them, so I need their food to go down a little bit. Oh, I've got privacy film on my windows now, which is a new thing, and it looks like a GP practice, but whatever. Oh guys, like, do you know what I mean? How is that ever going to like wear off and get old? That's just bliss to me. It's just absolutely unreal. I think I'm definitely going to do a big reno update and lessons I've learned and all of that. Whoa. But what I will say is these doors from Value Doors are hands down the best thing I spent money on. Their customer service is incredible, and I just can't fault them as a company. And I really do feel like I rang around the whole of the UK getting quotes and speaking to different members of staff about sliding doors. So I do at least feel somewhat equipped to recommend you these sliding doors, because they are, just insane. Sorry, I forgot to tell you, tonight, Ange has very kindly invited me to go and watch Come From Away at the Bristol Hippodrome, which is a show I've wanted to see for so long. So we've got that this evening, which will be lovely. And then tomorrow, DB rang me yesterday and he was like, right, where do you want to go for dinner on Saturday? And I was like, He's like, choose where you want to go for dinner. So he's taking me out for dinner, which will be lovely. And it's just the weekends are very much at the moment, I think, because also I am sort of trying to be so careful and considered with my money until my invoices are paid and cash flow is like until my invoices are paid and stuff. I'm trying to be really considered with what I'm spending my money on. So the weekends are very much just chipping away at jobs here and there and getting like just as much done as possible, really. So, oh my gosh, that's the most perfect king I've ever seen in all of the land. Do you know how perfect you are? What's your name? Oh, my name is Mr. Stinky. Mr. Stink and Mr. Involved. And his baby. I want a cup of tea. I'm not going to fully scrape my hair back today, but I do just want to put it into a bit of a neater ponytail. And then I'll do a hair wash, shower, makeup properly later before the theatre. This week, one of the best jobs that's happened in the house was DB cemented my washing rotary line thing into the ground. I've been using this all week. The Tatcha Luminous Dewy Spray, which is gorgeous. Also been using the Tatcha Dewy Skin Cream. Both of them are like my morning products because I've been using a different night serum, which is working beautifully with my Dermatica. So that's like my morning thing. I'm just going to put a bit of SPF on today. Oh, here. So yeah, being able to put washing out and dry on, and dry on the line has been sensational, to be quite honest. And I woke up this morning and put my bedding on like a really hot wash because I knew the weather was going to be so hot today. And to be quite honest, not many things make me happier than the smell of fresh laundry on the washing line. So that's been great. And then I think this weekend, because we're just like chipping away at stuff because it's just too much to do all in one go. And also I'm finding that's one of the things that's overwhelming me is my expectations of how this house was going to be when I moved in, albeit they were like drastically different, but managing my expectations of perfectionism, which is something that, you know, over the last year of being in therapy I've massively been trying to work on. Yeah, managing those expectations is probably the reason why I've felt so overwhelmed, because there's so much to do. And even, you know what it's like when you're moving house, like there's so many bits to buy constantly. And like different houses or different properties require different things. So like for this house, I've got this beautiful cork flooring all throughout, but I need a certain amount of rugs in places to cater for the dogs and stuff. And even that, you know, like for instance, blinds is an extra 400 quid. All of those rugs are going to cost another couple of hundred quid. Obviously wardrobes, by the time I've got everything I needed, we're looking at like £1,000, and all of these things just add up and add up and add up. So I have been feeling like immensely overwhelmed by the amount of stuff that there is to get done, and me correlating that to how productive I can be or how much work I can get done in that space. Like everything has to be perfect, but you know, if there's one thing I've learned over the last year is that perfection doesn't exist, and managing my expectations in that level is, in that way, is helping me. So yeah, we're just chipping away at the job slowly but surely. But I think this weekend what I really want to do is put the Ring doorbell up, go to the tip, get rid of some of this rubbish, and tighten the cabinet in the lounge so that I can put all of the lounge stuff in there, so that gets rid of another couple of boxes. And Mum bought me the most gorgeous outdoor seating set, dining set. Honestly, I'll show you, it's from Amazon, but it is so nice, and it's so much nicer in real life than the pictures show. So I just want to finish making that. To be quite honest, DB's made it. He's made the 2 chairs, and then there's like a 2-seater sofa type thing, and a little table that goes with it. So there you go, I feel a little bit more put together. I had a really wonderful comment on my underneath last week's YouTube that basically said they think I'm putting too much pressure on myself to like stick to a fitness regime, or like putting too much pressure on myself in that sense. Obviously it's my favourite thing to do, isn't it? And you're so right, whoever that lovely person was. But also the beginning of this week, we managed to get hold of a free 3-day pass for Pure Gym, and we went to the gym together on Monday and Tuesday, so it's Bank Holiday Monday. On the Tuesday when we walked out, I said that, like, do you know, actually just the discipline of going to the gym but not knowing in particular what's being set out and what I need to achieve and what goal I'm working towards is actually quite a liberating feeling, knowing that the only thing that I need to do is to get myself to the gym, or to get myself on a walk, or to get myself on a run with like no expectations. It breaks down the huge thing that I want to achieve to a more manageable thing. And it was really weird that I kind of felt that on the Tuesday morning, and then read the comment from the YouTube video. And that's exactly what I'm doing now. Like, there's so many things in my life that I'm trying to juggle and manage, and you know, you can't really juggle, manage and thrive at the same time, which I am also trying to do.
So I thought, actually, what I'm going to do in terms of my fitness is just move my body. Like, all I need to do is move my body every day, or, you know, as many days of the week I can, like 5 times a week or whatever. Whether that be going for a fast walk once I've brought the dogs back, or, you know, going to the gym a couple of times a week and just walking on the treadmill for 15 minutes and then doing a little body circuit and just deciding that day what that circuit's going to be. And I understand that in order to reach certain fitness goals and to reach certain aesthetic or athletic desires, you do need to probably have a bit more of a like set in place plan. But I just think for my headspace at the moment, the easiest thing for me to do is to not overwhelm myself with that level of discipline and just stripping it right back, simplifying it and being like, let's just go to the gym, or let's just go for a walk or whatever. So yeah, that's something that kind of last week I was thinking about and has already made me feel better. Anyway, what a little random ramble. As much as I'd like to link this below because it is absolutely sensational, it's got it from Trago Mills the other day. But what's the brand of it? I think it's like, I mean, I could try and find it on Amazon. I think the brand begins with B. Maybe I've got a bit of the packaging left or something. I'll have a look. But it's amazing. It's so big. Obviously, bed sheets take up so much room, but normally I can put like 3 loads on there. Okay, this is the annoying thing about coming later. It's looking kind of busy. I am definitely going to treat myself to a Wilson and Bay coffee today though, because the last couple of times we've been, I haven't, and I want to try it. I really fancy an iced coffee today. Vinny's found a football and it's just the funniest thing. What have you got? What have you got? If I wasn't holding dog poo, I'd be picking up these like, it's like bottles, empty Pepsi bottles, and it's just like, why can't you just put that in the bin? It's not nice, is it, Franco? Oh my gosh, look at that beautiful boy.
Hi, what can I get you?
Hiya, please can I have an iced cafe latte with 1 pump of caramel syrup?
No problem.
Thank you. Hey, which one of you just broke out of this cage? Which one of you just broke out? Yeah, you. This drink here, for scale, just cost me £4.30. What's going to be laced in here? Gold? Am I going to win the lottery after drinking this? Like, what the fuck? That's very expensive. Also very nice, but still. £4.30 for that size. That is so silly. You try and support the little independents, but they take the goddamn piss. I'm joking, not all of them do, but this in particular, probably shan't be buying my coffee from here for a while. Do you know what I'm back obsessed with? I'm really obsessed with pickled beetroot at the moment. I'm going to make my current favourite little dinner thing. Also, I say dinner, it's lunchtime. Who remembers when that Emily Mirako salmon and rice bowl went viral on TikTok? Rice? Well, I've literally been obsessed with it this week because I bought some Kewpie mayo. Again, I'm ever so late to the party because everyone has been using this for a long time. By the way, this hob is absolutely outrageous. It is so good. I just love it. You can even set a timer on there, which I'm going to do. So the way I cook rice is 1 part rice to 2 parts cold water. Bring that to the boil. Simmer right away. Lid on, 13 minutes. Works every time. And then after the 13 minutes, leave the lid on. So it helps to finish off steaming it. Okay, so I've put it back down to 3. That's how quick it took to boil. No! And then I'm going to add the timer. Basically, you need rice, tuna, Kewpie mayo, soy sauce, a bit of chili crunch oil or whatever, and some cucumber. Now, when I did this the other day, I used spring onion, but I've run out of spring onion, so I'm going to do, you know the Greek thing that I do with the finely chopped white onion and then put it in lemon and parsley? I'm going to do that and mix that in with it as well. Oh, okay, my timer is working. Fantastic. So I'm going to make my own little onion mixture because it needs to marinate in the lemon for a little bit. So I'll do that first. I've decided that actually I probably should have put coriander in that rather than parsley, so I'm going to put a bit of coriander in as well. I've just told you my safe, foolproof way of cooking rice, and I think I fucked up because the amount of time I'm seeing on the timer and the amount of water I'm still seeing in the pan is very different to what is meant to look like at this stage. So I don't know what I've done there wrong. I've done something wrong. I think maybe I thought it was simmering, but it wasn't quite simmering, and it needs to like simmer on a low heat for 13 minutes. So I don't know what's happening. This actually looks delicious. Obviously, because it's Asian like inspired, it should be spring onion really, but listen, ain't nothing wrong with a bit of compromise, improvisation. It's spicy. Franco, are you so gorgeous? Did you hear that? And then it turns it off. What the hell? This rice looks done to me, so I'm going to drain it. To be fair, that does actually look done, so I'm just going to let it steam for a bit. I think that might just finish it off nicely. I've literally just mixed everything in the bowl thinking I was recording and I wasn't, but this is what it looks like. I put everything in together. Let's try it. I don't need to eat this amount, but needs more soy sauce and more chili. Obviously you can like tailor this, can't you, to how much, if you don't like chili or... But I love this chili oil so much. So cheap, so high protein, so fantastic. The other thing I'm obsessed with about this hog, you were right, the cleaning is next level enjoyable. Right, I'm hoping that this is easy to put together because there's no instructions. How hard can it be? Yes. What the hell? Okay, brilliant. That doesn't work. Right, we have a problem here because there's 4 screws and that has nothing to screw into. Oh, 1 minute. There's got to be any... I actually cannot bear DIY. And this is like the most basic level of DIY. Fucking hell. That's not even going in. That can't be right. Oh, what the hell? This is so hard and it should be so simple. Does that even go in there? Yes, it does. Right. Right. Okay. Don't worry, team. If there's no instructions, it's a whole new skill set. I think these are meant to go in here, but to be honest, I've lost... Okay, the way this room is currently functioning is that there is far too much stuff in here than I'm capable of holding in here. the rail can go here, which is going to look tragic in the background of stuff, but until we can sort wardrobes, this will just have to do. So I'm thinking what I might do is, I have one more trip middle of October because my dad's getting married. So I think what I might do is, because these are clothes that I don't need right now but I will need eventually, is pack them in a suitcase, and then any summer stuff that I'm definitely not going to wear over there, pack that in like a bag to go up in the loft or whatever. To be honest, the dress that I wore to Cheska's wedding, this one from Club London, I'll link it below. It is absolutely stunning. I'll put a picture on screen of the dress, but I'm thinking of wearing this to Dad's wedding because it's just perfect. Stuff like that, that can definitely be put away into like hardly ever wear, but you know, occasion dresses, labelled whatever. Who remembers that? It's not actually that old, I love it. Okay, we've made progress. I've made a bag full of like, I'll show you. I've got one bag full of like all my really like occasion wear, my sleeper suits, dresses, like fancy stuff. A whole bag of summer stuff, like summer dresses and things like that. And then in the office, I have got, oh, Franco, I don't know how to tell you this, darling, but this chair is not going to be staying. Oh, look, he loves it so much. I have a very rammed rail of stuff, but my immediate have to be hung up clothes are all fitting on that. So yeah, and part of me is thinking, right, whilst I am deciding where to put these wardrobes, part of me is thinking, why don't I just get like an open wardrobe system from IKEA that will probably only cost me a couple of £100 and put it there in the end of the office for like, you know, until I can fully decide what it is and where it is that I want wardrobes. And I need something as of immediate effect, but I don't want to rush. So I feel like that might be the best option. And you can get some really cool systems. You could even probably do it yourself, but I just know that those IKEA open wardrobe systems are really quite good and they're not that expensive. Then I have an entire bag of stuff to put on Vinted. However, I think my Disney jacket is in there and I'm sure as shit not getting rid of that. For what reason, I don't know, but it serves a purpose for now. I've just lined up like my flat shoes there and then shoved my heels down there because obviously I don't really wear them that much. Maybe I should have put all my shoes there, but you know, for now it's fine. I don't massively remember what's in this box, but I think, or I know that I don't have the head for it today. So I'm just going to move it into another room and leave it for tomorrow. I've just finished getting ready. I was going to film my makeup, but I realised I have done this exact makeup look continuously. Sorry, just looking at the curls on my hair. For so many weeks now that like surely there is nothing for you to see about it. But what I did want to try was I very kindly got sent these, which you've seen for weeks, so I thought we'll leave it out. But what I did want to try this week I very kindly got sent the new Max Factor 2000 calorie lip glazes. I have one in the shade Honey Cream or Honey Creme and one in the shade Favourite Song. So I thought we would try this together. Now I love a lip gloss, and can I just say, Max Factor 2000 calorie mascara, I mean, I was raised on it. That was my like entire upbringing. I loved it. Especially when I first started wearing makeup, which was for me when I did like dance shows and stuff. And I remember getting all of my girls, like all of my dance friends, on two products. Max Factor 2000 calorie mascara, and then also the Rimmel Cappuccino lip liner, which you know I use and love every single day. Where's it gone? Here. This is the new packaging. I think it probably was Trace who got me onto the 2000 calorie mascara, because she used to use it as well. But yeah, I've always been a lip gloss fan. I don't know why it ever went out. I'm just going to do the two. So put a bit of Carmex on, and then I'll do this lip liner. And then I'm going to try a favourite song. Oh, that is a big beefy applicator. I love that. That is delish. Ooh. First impression on colour is that it's like really girly pinky. Oh, I love this. It feels really balmy. It doesn't feel that sticky, which is so nice. Oh my gosh, that colour is so gorgeous as well. It's like a really pale, pretty pink shade. What a combo. And that's me done. I've literally got, obviously I've got my black t-shirt. I've got these linen, God, what are they? Like beach trousers, I think, from Primark. And then I'm going to wear my Nikes to try and cool it up a bit. And I've just put a little bit of the Olaplex bonding oil through my hair, which I've got to say, it's not what it's designed for at all. But the other day when I did this, my curls went really nice. And I'm looking at them today thinking they also look really nice. And with no other curl product or like method on it, I'm pretty impressed. I do love all the Olaplex products. I do need some earrings. I'm so annoyed, but I lost my favourite Astrid and Mew second earring. So now I literally have one earring in and nothing else. I feel like I kind of want to put my gold hoops in. I think I'm going to put the same ones in that I wore last night. And then perfume, I'm wearing Fenty. And that's me done. I feel like in the theatre you need to be comfortable, and I feel very comfortable in this. Right, I definitely forgot my vlogging camera and left it at home. And I am hungry, but I've kind of left it a bit late. I'm in Bristol, just going to the Hippodrome. This lip gloss slaps. And then being invited to the theatre.
It being free?
No, they already know that. This. The free theatre ticket turning up with this.
It depends what I pick though.
Yeah, it's true, but upon first glance, 10 out of 10. These little mice are underrated.
These are the best.
Sensational. Guys, I'm so sorry for... I'm so sorry that I'm vlogging on my iPhone, but I thought it was better than nothing. I cannot begin to explain how incredible that was. I've never seen anything like it. The script was just insane. The intelligence behind it, and like, it was just amazing. It was so good. I didn't really know what it was about, like very vaguely. And I knew one of the songs, Me in the Sky, but it's basically about, there was an island that when 9/11 happened, the planes that got diverted landed on this island, and the capacity of population was like 7,000, and at one point they ended up with over 16,000 or something like that. And it's so smart. Can we go out of here? This car park is the weirdest car park ever. The singing, the acting, the script, the comedy, the emotion. Honestly, incredible. Oh, you don't even need a ticket. Brilliant. Good morning, everybody. Back where I started yesterday morning. I did wash my hair, as you can see. I was meant to finish off vlogging last night to talk to you about how absolutely insane Come From Away was, but I got home very late and remembered that I hadn't actually made the bed, which was just such a stupid mistake. But honestly, if you get a chance to go and watch that show, please go and watch it. It's based on a true story. It's so clever. The script is just outstanding. Loved all of it. Yeah, absolutely amazing. Also really random, but I had a phone call at 6 p.m. last night, asking me to go live on Sky News this morning at 8:15 to talk about the rise in a trend called the Love Island effect, which is all about young women and girls going in and sort of asking for this effect in terms of surgery and filler. And yeah, I'm going to be on Sky News this morning at 8:15, which is really exciting. And also weird timing, because I've been having a lot of big conversations and ideas and planning and stuff, all to do with like filter drop, and yeah, it's really like just a bit of a weird universe coincidence, I would say. I hope you have a lovely weekend, and I will see you next week. Love you. Bye.